Hi, my name's Mike Pilavachi and I'm a youth worker, one of the oldest youth workers in the world. I know I don't look it, but I'm actually 54 years old. I lead a church in Watford and a bunch of festivals called Soul Survivor that happen every summer in England.
He's a savior of the world.
Soul Survivor is a Christian festival, or a series of Christian festivals that have been happening for 20 years now. Most of them happen in a big showground in Somerset, and one of them happens on another showground in Stafford. And really we gather together young people who are Christian and not yet Christian. Soul Survivor really started, I became a youth worker at a local Anglican church, and I started doing stuff with our young people, and then the young people in the youth group next door, and then started getting invited to do stuff, and then suddenly thought, wouldn't it be great to get a whole bunch of young people together and have a festival, and to be able to think more deeply about certain issues, but also to have fun. A place where people who aren't religious, who aren't Christian, who don't believe in God can feel at home, but also where we're not ashamed to talk about Jesus and see what happens. And so in 1993, we hired the Bath and West Showground in Somerset, and 2,000 people turned up. In fact, it was 1,896. And then the next year, 4,000 young people turned up. I don't know where they came from. And now the last couple of years, we've had about 32,000 people show up from all over Britain and around Europe, and actually some from different parts of the world. We all meet together twice a day in a huge tent. There might be 10,000 of us all together. And then there's loads of cafes and venues and sports stuff and gigs, bands playing, loads of things going on all the way through the rest of the time. And what we want to do is we want to discover what it means to be a follower of Jesus. So he's at the center of what we do. We try not to take ourselves very seriously, but to take Jesus very seriously, and what he says, and his message and his teaching, but more than that, his life. I think peer pressure is one of the things that affects everyone. There's the pressure to conform in our world. But what I've discovered in my life and in the life of many young people who meet Jesus is when you meet someone who you discover is real, is amazing, is fantastic and changes your life. You want to follow him and you want to tell others about him. And you want to live a distinctive life for him. That doesn't mean it's always easy, but when we do that together, it is a lot easier. And so one of the things that happens when we gather together at Soul Survivor is young Christians from all over the country discover, flip, I'm not on my own. Even our little youth group, we're not on our own. There's thousands of us, there's tens of thousands of us, there's loads of us, all sharing the same friendship with Jesus, the same knowledge of God, and sharing a dream and a destiny to tell others about God's love. And so really it's about being on a mission. It's about having something to say. It's about having someone to live for and someone to die for. And doing it together, it's actually a lot more fun than you would imagine. And we see young people all over the country not being afraid to talk about the one who wasn't afraid to die on a cross 2,000 years ago for them.